I'm Patrick Cappiello from Rebel Restaurant in New York City, and this is my wine of the week. This week, we're gonna look to California's North Coast and one of the most famous sparkling wine producers in the area. California has had a history of making sparkling wine, and Schramsberg is one of the oldest. Their claim to fame, most notably, is that Richard Nixon used to serve it at the White House, which I think is pretty cool. This particular wine is their Blanc de Blanc, and anytime you see that on a champagne or a sparkling wine bottle, it usually is indicating that the wine is made entirely from Chardonnay. And then also, it's a Brut style. So Brut would indicate that this will be a dry style sparkling wine. Just like the wines from Champagne, you see the traditional method of corking the wines with a cork that's protected by a little bit of a cage here, so easy enough to take off. You just want to be careful once you have this cage off, you don't point it at anybody. And for me, I like the wines from this particular producer because I think they have a very traditional structure and feel to them. They really feel like classic champagne houses. Sparkling wine is something in our culture that maybe doesn't have the same sort of effect that it has in Europe. In Europe, it's very common to start with a glass of sparkling wine before a meal or as an aperitif in a setting where it's not necessarily always a celebration. In the US, we often look to drink wine with bubbles only when we have something to celebrate, but I think, you can celebrate the fact that you're having a drink. I'm Patrick Cappiello from Playboy.com.
Yeah. But still juicy.
Yeah. And so there is some fat on the outside of the loin too. That's totally cool to eat that, right?
Everything.
But with pork chops, they think, oh, it's gotta be lean, I don't wanna eat the fat. For me, I feel like you're like wasting the best part if you're tossing that off.
See that?
That's amazing, right?
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Just perfect.
And what we'll do with each layer, we just do a little fennel pollen over the top.
Oh, wow, okay.